Well, Creative Definitions started way back 2008. During that time, our business model was kind of different as compared to today. We were more into the retail trading type of mindset, and we were selling crafts mainly made in Negros in Metro Manila. But in 2017, there was a big shift, I must say, especially when we were introduced to the weaving communities. We joined an organization that basically helped us expose on that level. Because of that, my wife and I decided that we wanted to create more impact in the countryside. So that was the start.
Mike and Banj approached way back, and then we started working doing the weaving. So they approached me and they gave us an outlet.
In 2017, three major milestones happened to us. First of all, we started our engagement with some weaving communities from Negros, specifically in Kabangkalan, and that's one of the foundation steps, if you ask me. Then another important event was when we traveled in Hong Kong and to participate in one trade fair, which basically exposed Banch and I into sustainable materials and sustainable footwear.
And of course, with our exposure in the show in Hong Kong, we were exposed to shoes. So that was the time that we said, okay, we'll make a shoe because it is a product that will showcase our material.
Because we get actually the pineapple fibers from pineapple farmers from Don Salvador Benedicto in Negros Occidental. So from there, we extract, of course, the fibers from the leaves comes from the pineapple. Normally, the leaves are just thrown after each harvest. So the opportunity was also there to provide not only a new innovative material, but also there was an opportunity to give additional income to the farmers. So of course, how to bridge that market with the raw material, well, basically, that's when our collaboration with the DOST PTRI started.
The Philippine Textile Research Institute's mandate is to conduct applied research and development for the textile sector. We also provide training to our partners, and we also provide technical services. We provide them with the technology to convert a pineapple leaf. This is a patented technology of the DOST PTRI, and we convert it into spinnable yarn. That yarn is actually the ones embedded on LAKAT shoes. Our contribution to this is not only the material, but also the finishing of the textiles, because we made it a point that because it's a shoes, it is also water repellent. And so this functionality of the LAKAT shoes is also a technology of the DOST PTRI that we also provided to them. Lastly, we also have a technology, the non-woven textile technology of the DOST PTRI, and we provide or we make non-woven fabric from it. This non-woven fabric is introduced in LAKAT shoes as an insole, or the ones that you actually see inside the shoes. So this non-woven fabric is antibacterial. So it has been tested to be 99% antibacterial. So even if you are prone to sweating, it doesn't really smell.
And once we have the yarns, we ship it back to the weavers in Negros for weaving, because the fabric that, well, basically the uppers of the sneakers actually, this is the uppers, by the way. So this is hand-woven by that community of weavers we're supporting from Kabangkalan. So once we have the fabrics ready, then we ship all the materials here to Golden Union, which basically assembles our sneakers.
Our company started way back early 90s. We've been producing vulcanized rubber shoes ever since. In came Mike and Banj. Even during the height of the pandemic, they were like very willing to meet with us. They came, we met, they liked what we made for them, and then it just happened. They were trying to make the whole shoe like from pineapple, different. So it was also very interesting for us. So they tell us, oh, we have this fiber na parang discard from the process. can you use it? So I go, oh, we can use it. We can put some of that into our rubber compound. It's very different from the other customers that we've dealt with. Very, very different. Even the approach, how passionate they are. You know, they were the first people who explained to us that sustainable is not just environment, ecology, and ganun. Sustainable meaning it has to sustain a livelihood.
The production process actually comes in different steps, no? Starting with the farm side, where we extract the fibers from the pineapple leaves, and we source our pineapple leaves from an IP community in Don Salvador, Benedicto. The cotton we use also to blend it with comes also from Negros. So 4 different communities are involved here: the farm, the spinners that spin, which basically are employees that spin it to the yarns. All in all, about 250 employees are benefited with this project. So that's where the impact comes in.
For the LAKAT shoe, for us, it really made a big difference for the weavers. Our production is continuous, so their weaving is continuous. It gives them a stability in their income.
One of the reasons we chose here in the mountains is because it's remote and people have less opportunities in the mountain for employment. And we thought, well, weaving would be a good way. So keeping them employed is a battle because markets vary also. And so the thing is creating income, not just for the families, but for the community also.
Dako gid ang ila nabuli kay tungod padayon sila nga himo GO para sa amon, padayon ng amon obra kag na kaamat-amat para gasto sa amon mga pagpatindog balay.
Bali, pag-abot ni Sir Mike, so nagpasalamat kay dako kayo og ikatabang sa mua, kay sukad sa ilahang pag-abot diri sa mua, nakatabang sila sa muang dugang income, sir. Ni-suporta pud sila kabahin sa financial, sir. Mao na among ginagamit sa pagpalit sang dahon o pagbayad sa operator. So, sa una, sa wala pa sila nag-abot, sa wala pa sila nakatabang sa mua, sa bispa. So, pigado gid kay mi, sir. So, maglisod mi o biskan suporta sa amo ang mga kabataan. Pero sa pagkakaroon, sir, sukad nga niabot sila sa mua, dere sa bispa. So, nakabuligid sila, sir, sa mua, kabahin sa mga financial. So, nakahatag man sa niong budget sa among mga kabataan nga nag-eskwela.
During the time when Typhoon Odette happened and it hit Kabangkalan pretty hard, several of our weavers lost their homes actually.
Ang nakabulig singang bansa mo sa time na pag-udet ng sa true financial siguro kay nawadaan kami balay paso mo to nakaano kami nakatukod kami balay nga amon.
We raised almost $500,000 there to buy materials to rebuild. Our whole idea was not just to provide emergency food but to get them back to work. We're basically addressing the idea of sustainability. When you talk about sustainability, it's not only the materials being used, the raw materials, whether it's recycled or upcycled. It's also the type of material. I mean, the natural, the better, if you ask me. Well, what you see here is not only a product of different components of raw materials, but basically what is important is the support you're giving to the different communities. And for me, I think that's more important than the product alone. You know? It's the people that we're supporting to maintain not only livelihood but also the skills. Those are for me treasures already that you can't just bypass.
The first time we brought it out in the market, I was apprehensive. How will they accept a sustainable shoes in the Philippines? A pineapple and then made into shoes. You know, these questions. So we displayed it in one pop-up. On that day, Literally, I had at least 4 clients literally running. Finally, we found a Filipino sustainable shoes because their problem before, they like sustainable materials. They are into sneakers. Problem is there was no brand in the Philippines that will cater to their requirements. So that action alone of them running literally gave us the confidence to move on.
How do I see LAKAT 10 years from now? Using our own indigenous materials. Also, it's 100% Filipino. I mean, we were able to come up with something that's export quality, and for me, that counts a lot. But more important, I think it's the drive that put people together and come up with something as beautiful as this. No?
I just hope really they succeed, not only for, of course, them, for us as a business, for the footwear industry in the Philippines.
For me, how I see 10 years from now, maybe even earlier, is to export this in the global market. That's our dream.